policy is out there for all to see, and there's a big choice at this election. The Labor Party, building on our tax cuts that have gone into the pockets of every Australian, all 14 million of them, and a top-up, not once but twice. We stand for lower income taxes. The Coalition stands for higher taxes. They are going to introduce legislation to increase the income tax of all 14 million Australians. That is the policy that they have explicitly said after they voted against our tax cuts. Look, we have constant engagement with the US administration. I think Chris Minns is a great Premier and he's doing a great job. I think that Peter Dutton's policy is very different. Well, if you give me a chance, I'll explain. Peter Dutton's policy was to change the way that the only way that he can do it is to change the Act. Now, we introduced the legislation at the same time as part of our 2 tranches of reform. Same job, same pay. He said he was against that, then he's for it. It's not clear what his position is. Casualisation, he was for it, then against it. It's not clear where they stand on that issue either. On the right to negotiate over working from home, what we argue very clearly is that for a range of public service jobs, you can't do them remotely. But ironically, his policy of attrition of 41,000 public servants as precisely those frontline services, such as Centrelink employees, the people helping the victims of floods who are on the ground right now in Western Queensland. They are the ones who have a higher rotation through the public service than people such as Foreign Affairs and Trade or Treasury. So what we have now from Peter Dutton was a big announcement about 41,000 cuts. He now says there's going to be attrition, and there is no difference, he says, in fiscal policy. He says the savings would be the Premier's here and he'll answer the question. The 41,000, he's gone from saying we're going to sack them immediately, then we'll let natural attrition occur over a number of years, but there's no change in the savings that they have. It's just another hole, like the $600 billion hole that is in their nuclear costings. I asked Peter Dutton last night, where will the cuts come from? Because when Peter Dutton cuts, you pay. That is going to be the position going forward. Peter Dutton last night as well said remarkably that there weren't cuts to health and education. They're there in this little document. This little document here, Budget 2014-15. The cuts are there in the budget. $80 billion, $30 billion from education, $50 billion from health. His economic policy doesn't add up. On work from home, he has said he's against it. Then he said it's just about Canberra, as if all public servants work in Canberra. They don't. Public servants are at the Centrelink office up the road here. They're in offices right around Australia.